Hello everybody, and welcome back to the Archive, where we once again return with Final Fantasy XIV for a shorter stream tonight after my shift as per scheduled. So I'm not going to waste too much time because we have only like an hour and a half to do things, and we've got things to do. So first things first, we're going to start our queue up for Delta Escape V3. Where is Delta Escape? Okay. So basically, on the agenda for tonight, we have more Omega Raid series, and we're going to do some of the Reaper job quests, as many as I've got unlocked, assuming that these queues aren't basically instant and force me to stop. Okay. The easiest way to get there is Weaver's Guild. It'll be nice to get a little practice in on Reaper 2 before we start Shadowbringers, hopefully next week. I am hoping to get through a good chunk of the remaining Omega quests. Maybe, I assume there's 8 total instances or something, somewhere along that, because it certainly seems like that's the way things are going. So I'm hoping we can finish that either, probably not tonight, but definitely Thursday. And then we'll do obviously the Alliance Raid series. We'll finish up any remaining Reaper job quests we have left to do. And then we should be good to go. Also, thank you for the 100 bits, R-Wing, as per always. How do you find that weight of the scythe in your hands? Pleasing, I hope. Now that we have a bit more in common, it's time we became better acquainted. What's the name of our newest Reaper? Doesn't quite roll off the tongue, but so it is with Eorzean names. With every new one I learn, one more is forgotten. Yours can replace Gigalio. After a little conversation, I think he'll give us a wide berth. Any road, we've more worthwhile concerns than shifty merchants, namely getting you conversed well and proper in the tricks of our trade. And the best way to do that is through battle. One of the family is having trouble with a particularly vexing fiend, and has sent word asking for assistance. He goes by the name of How the fuck do you pronounce that? Arnegus? Yeah, I'm gonna go with Arnegus. And he's stationed out near Cutter's Cry. Not much of a fighter, but he's got a keen mind for trade and can find a needle in a stack of needles if I need be. We'd best hurry before he ends up at the bottom of some monster's gullet. Teleport Blackbrush. This'll be good. It gives me a little bit of experience, little bit of combat stuff. As I said, I've got level 60. I've gotten to level 60 down pretty well, but anything past that, we get a little bit more complex. Granted, there really haven't been that many abilities that we've gotten. Mainly, I'm still working on Weaving Gibbet and Gallows, and remembering I have Soul Sight. Because I think that's all the abilities I have to worry about at the moment. Yeah, when she said Cutter's Cry, she meant literally, like, right on top of the entrance, so. Boss, who's this? Are you sure we should be getting an outsider involved? Thank you for your discretion, Arnegus, but it ain't needed. She has a personal contract with me, so consider her a mercenary in service to the family. Whatever you would say in front of me, you can say in front of her. By your will, boss. The Chimera's been making these sands a living hell for anyone who dares wander in its territory. Which would be us, since our trade route cuts right through it. The men who hired to carry my goods are scared to death, and I can't blame them. None of them are fit for monster hunting, so I sent for you. We'll see what we can do, Arnegus. Might want to find a rock to hide behind, though. Chimeras ain't known for being the most discriminating of beasts. Time to put your new skills to good use. Yep, alright. Something tells me that this queue is gonna pop before we're done with this instance battle. Oh, I can't even do the instance battle because we are in a queue, but that is fine. Alright, so if I'm in an AoE, we'll want to do that. Wow, that has a significantly shorter reach than I expected it to. Yeah, I'm not gonna get much practice against these fucking weaklings. Alright, well, in that case, let's go back to... There should be some training dummies around here somewhere, I would assume. Not over here, that's fine. Oh, no training dummies over here either. Okay, I guess there aren't any on this map. Which means we will just teleport to Horizon instead. Oop, yep, ninja. Delta Escape version 3. Let's do this. Alright, I am not warmed up, so this is probably not going to look the greatest. But, who cares? At least I don't have the stress of playing through as Sage and Scholar right now. At least I can just get to be a DPS, and if I fuck up, I fuck up. I'll get res, and everything will be fine. All right. That was a gatherer, I'm pretty sure. Oh, actually, that's a fine place to stand. Trick's coming up in 20 seconds. Okay, these are cool mechanics. Never thought I'd be doing a job-specific thing. Yep. I have no idea which one we're supposed to be standing on. I'm just assuming, given that everybody's standing on the crystal, that we stand on that. Didn't mean to use the AoE variant. Also, I'm just gonna heal. That worked. Was not expecting that. Okay, what are we doing? What the fuck? Yep. Got it. And that was only mostly following the others. Yep. Guess who's stronger? Me. That too, obviously. Was there ever any question, any doubt in anyone's mind that I'm just better? Thanks for the assist. Yeah, we'll just need everything. I don't think I actually need any of these things, but it's fine. Sid? I'm glad you're safe. For a moment there, I feared you might croak. Forgive me, you deserve better than that. Thanks to you, we are but one victory away from clearing the Deltascape. Take as much rest as you need, old friend. You've earned it. Avoid at all costs. Next battle is with Subject Delta 4, this Trust World's final resident. From what I've been able to gather, your opponent is, and I quote, a great tree born from an agglomeration of evil will, which assumes the form of a dark mage, all of which I suggest you ignore. His name is XIV. He plays the role of chief antagonist in another ancient tale. Though I was unable to glean the specifics of his abilities, he appears to command the power of the void, as indeed the story states. When I first encountered the work, I naturally assumed said power to be a metaphor of sorts, but I am quite sure that Omega will have interpreted it as something more tangible. Alas, no amount of analysis can tell us what may happen when XIV calls upon the power of the Void, which is to say, beware. Tell me something, Nero. What happens at the end of the tale? Why, good triumphs over evil, and the heroes defeat XIV, of course. What did you expect? I expected exactly that, which is precisely what troubled me earlier. If the heroes won, why did Omega not make them its test subjects? If it seeks to determine the strongest being, why would it bother with those who were defeated? One moment. Link Pearl. Ah, Biggs. At the control room, Arya. What news? I see. Very well, I'll tell the others. You two take care over there. Sorry for the interruption, that was Biggs. He reports says that the stasis system shows every sign of being engaged, despite the fact that it clearly isn't. It can only be a malfunction. While we were able to turn it off, it would seem the reverse is not possible. The system may have taken damage during the calamity. Does it look like it can be repaired? Hard to say. They tell me it seems complex even by Oligon standards. While they may be able to fix it, there's no telling how long it'll take. Well then, we must keep fighting the good fight here, must we not? Nero has the right of it. At this time, focusing on XIV, it would seem to be our only recourse. The Chocobo certainly has no objections. Come then, I would see you follow in the footsteps of the heroes of the tale. Before we do that, though, let's do our Reaper instance so we can continue that side quest chain. Deltascape version 4! Alright. Before that, the harvest begins. Oh, right, I can't teleport from here. Let's see, Thanalan, Blackbrush. The crazy thing is, I'm almost caught up guild-wise on my secondary account, my main now. I'm almost at 950,000 on my alt. To be fair, I'm spending a lot less of it, and I still haven't made any progress in my relic weapon either, and I'm going to need to dump a lot of it to pick up the materia necessary. But I'm pretty pleased with where I'm at. I mean, I unlocked Sage. Alright, just gonna make me do a tutorial, huh? Drag. Yeah, this'll work. timer up to 60 seconds for the damage drop. Use guillotine. What button is guillotine? Actions and trades. What button am I missing? Oh, I just straight up didn't have that on my hotbar. Okay, fair enough. Alright. I did not mean to replace... Fuck, I am deleting buttons here. I don't remember what I just deleted. Oh, probably second wind, and... yeah, I think that was it. I don't know how I missed that button looking through things, but it's fine. Yeah. Side, rear. I'm pretty sure I missed the directional on that one. Yeah, this class's rotation seems very easy to know. Granted, I guess this is the base class. But still. Combat just kind of feels very straightforward. Obviously, I'm forgetting to press certain buttons at certain times. Like, I can use Soul Sight here to get that. Also, clearly, although I have been playing this differently in the, in Palace of the Dead, clearly I don't want to let my bar go above 50. I want to pretty much, I seemingly want to empty my bar the moment it gets to 50, so I can do Gibbet, then Gallows, or the AoE, or Guillotine for the AoE. Plus, a bloody impressive work, that. I knew there was something about you. Truth be told, I didn't expect you to make such clean work of that chimera. I reckon I might even be hard-pressed to match that display. You know talent when you see it, boss. And with that, the ceruleum will flow once more. Among his many roles, Arnegus is a merchant of sorts. He sells ceruleum at the price that'd make those guild pinchers at the Amanjan Sons balk, but still turns a pretty profit. We can barely keep up with demand despite the occasional beast or two butting into our affairs. Well, thanks to you, boss, and our countrymen up north, of course. Here's to getting back to business as usual. Thulium ain't easy to come by, as you well know. Manja and Sons protects their monopoly with a gilded fist, but they've yet to force the Imperial stragglers up north out of the market. Now, before you go running off to the flames, let me assure you that this arrangement is entirely above board. Selling goods to Imperials is forbidden by law, but there's nary a word writ about buying from them. I know you Eorzeans like to call Garleans by all sorts of colorful names. Bastards, tyrants, invaders, and we've got all those and worse. But while many a foul deed has been committed for the glory of the Empire, we aren't megalomaniacs to a man. Even amongst the purebloods, those that serve don't always do so by choice. Could be argued we're all casualties of the great Machina's ambition. No small number of the Empire's troops would return home in a heartbeat if they could. But the world being what it is, most settle for sending their family with few coins they can afford to part with. Most Eorzeans wouldn't suffer a whit of color just to complicate their black and white view. But if you're gonna fight with us, you should learn the truth of our past. Long ago, long before the Empire, our forebears lived in Locus Amonis, down in southern Ilzabard. With temperate climes and fertile earth, the land provided. Many of us were but simple farmers, harvesting abundant crops with the selfsame scythes the reapers would eventually wield. But gifts were ever the object of envy. It was not till in the fields our ancestors were forced to defend them. Every year they yielded a few more ilms, and some 800 years ago they were driven from Locus and Manus completely. They fled north, to the frozen region that would become Garlemald. Even there they fought tooth and nail for the scant resources of that frigid land. From the fires of hardship were the first Magitech devices forged, and with innovation upon innovation, that humble group of farmers grew into an insatiable empire. But before the miraculous twist of fate, we were a dying breed, bereft not only of magic, but of hope itself. With no natural advantages to speak of, our mere survival was in question. From harsh necessity were the reapers born. We turned our tools to weapons and struck a bargain with the whispers in the dark. With the void's power, we could strike at an army's beating heart, slay their generals, and throw the rank and file into disarray. Our way to end battles is to end battles before the spark catches, to sacrifice the one for the many, to keep avaricious hands away from family, friends, and lovers. And now this power belongs to you. Remember our story. Remember what drives a woman to turn to the void, and you'll not be led unto deeper temptations. Our work here is done. I'll see you back at headquarters. Fair enough. I mean, yeah. It seems like relatively decent reasons. Delta Escape V4. We'll get that queue started. Teleport back to Ul'dah. I'm so used to my other hotbar setup, I was like, where the fuck is my teleport? Alright. I think it's Weaver's Guild. For your first outing, you did good. I think you've earned the right to know just who this lot you've thrown yourself in with is. You might have gathered this yourself, but the Lemurs were formed to support those Garleans who are living in exile. It ain't easy to be far from home, let alone in a place where where most would sooner gut you than offer you a helping hand. Oft the only place to make a living is in those shadowy corners that lie outside the watchful gaze of the law. But I don't expect you to embrace us like brothers and sisters straight away. But know this, I do expect you to apply yourself to this job. In the meantime, I'll be working with the family to ascertain the whereabouts of our prey. And I expect that scythe to be an extension of your own body when we next speak. And I can't even do the next job quest, so we have to wait for queue times, baby. We have to hope and pray that this queue time is kind. The queue time is kind to us. But for now, let's check and make sure that we're not missing flight in any areas. Oh yeah, this is Appalachia. This is Heaven's Word. I think last map was this one that we did. Oh. We have flight in the locks, but we haven't finished the map yet. Same with the peaks. So let's go finish up the maps. Alright. We're just trying to kill some time while we wait for these queues. What's with the giant spinny rocks? That's cool. I don't even know what's up here. It's a bridge. I mean, this is neat. Don't really know why it's here and what it's doing, but it's cool, I guess. 2 more sections. Okay. Yes, it probably would have been faster to just teleport there, but, well, that's far away. And I don't want to spend the gil. It's mostly the gil. I know it's like 100 gold, probably, but 100 is 100. Every guild matters. Another tiny ass little area that I found. Okay, nothing. And another one. What is with these weird, like, structures here? The peaks mapped out. Arms of Mead. I mean, kinda neat. Mapped out the fringes. I'm only really missing straight up and straight down for the locks. Bunch of saltinillas. What the fuck is that? That's cool looking. Well, there's a whole ass area back here. Royal hunting grounds. Oh god, I should have known. Why did I get that close? I just wanted to see what it looked like. And I already know where we are here. I haven't been this inside. This deep, but I've been into this subsect of building before because I had to wander through for one reason or another. I think I was looking for an aether current or something. This way is probably up and around. Or can I not go up and directly to that area? Height limit's pretty tall on this map, actually. I should be able to. It's just a little grove of trees back here. Hey, Delta Escape. I mean, I know it's gonna teleport us back to the Delta Escape anyway, more than likely, but our last DPS is taking their time. There we go. Decided to put it off till the last possible second, huh? Alright, let's do this. Actually, that didn't hurt, like, at all. The fuck is that? Whoop. Did not realize I could fall off. I see people move away, I move away, and then I don't need to. That was good. At least I was. I was barely out of the range of that to kill me. Okay, this has definitely been... Wouldn't that be the hardest? I don't know. It's the first one that's killed me. So, I guess it would by proxy make that one the hardest. Does Escape 4. Hey, I got a wind-up XIV. Oh, I got 4 player comms! Probably because they all knew I was new. Waiting for me to finish the cutscene. Hey, Alpha. Thank the gods you're safe. When the shell around this place began to crack, we feared the worst. Oh, I clicked off screen. Given that all of us are present and corporeal, does this mean this area is no longer the Deltascape? Deltascape shutdown complete. Alpha Group is victorious. Congratulations. Your combat record has been archived for future matchmaking. Results from other test worlds are still pending. In the meantime, please tend to your hurts and await further instructions. And with that, we've taken a significant step towards solving the mystery that is Omega. It hasn't been easy, but all in all, I'd say things are progressing rather smoothly. We couldn't have done it without you, old friend. Come, let us return to reality and enjoy what rest we can. Things are proceeding smoothly indeed. Too smoothly. "'Tis well that thou harborest doubts, mortal, but they are misplaced. Omega could have conducted its tests in complete secrecy, unbeknown to all. Yet not only did it betray its presence to you, it allowed you to come this far. Alpha, what art thou truly? The measurement of the mortal's triumph, or the bait that lureth them unto the abyss? Thou knowest not thine own purpose. Then we can but watch and wait. Outcome unexpected. Projections gave Delta subjects the upper hand. Outcome analysis. Outcome supports hypothesis. As previously observed, certain beings may unleash hidden potential when subjected to stress. Initiating new test. Subject Alpha Group members to severe stress. Searching database for suitable event. Event found. The death of a comrade. Oh, that might be an issue. Just a little bit. For all of Garland's whining, I was cooperative and helpful, was I not? I look forward to many more such forays together, hero. It feels good to be back on solid ground. Thank you again, old friend. You did well too, Alpha. Fearlessly going into battle whenever you were called upon. We're glad to have you with us. Speaking of which, are you comfortable joining us out here? I'll take that as a yes. Well then, at the risk of obeying Omega's orders, I suggest we permit ourselves a moment's respite. But mayhap I should take this opportunity to compile the results of our investigation thus far. No rest for the righteous. Right then, let's head back to Ralger's Reach. Jesse will want to know exactly what we've been up to. I was gonna say, I forgot what map I was on. If I was on the map with the missing, lower map segment, I would have just gone and grabbed it really quick. But 'tis not the case. Okay, clearly not gear exchange. Parts! Here we go. You got data logs. Oh, not data logs. Delta escape parts. Which means somewhere there's a way I can exchange all of my useless all of my useless coils stuff if I wanted to, but not tonight. I'll do that on my own time. Welcome back. I'm told you've been blazing a trail for us. The way I hear it, our investigation would have long since ground to a halt without you. I realize you're mostly interested in saving the world, but I want you to know how much I appreciate you helping the company out like this. Frankly, we need all the help we can get, what with our esteemed president diving headlong into the jaws of danger without a word of warning to anyone. Irresponsible doesn't begin to describe it. You didn't tell her? I did, after a fashion, though I may have exercised some executive discretion. I'm no stranger to your lone endeavors or your habit of confusing personal and company interests, but just because you've always done things a certain way doesn't make it the right way. And until you wake up to your responsibilities, I'm gonna keep reminding you of them. But such irksome matters aside, aren't you just the most adorable little thing? He followed you here of his own free will, did he? Which means he's basically part of the family. And why wouldn't he grant us exclusive rights to use his likeness? Shall we start off with a simple clockwork version? They'll be queuing up in the streets. Oh, you can't be. What in the seven hells has gotten into you? Listen, if I've caused you any distress, I apologize, but I will not have you comment on our guest's marketability. Where are Biggs and Wedge? Shouldn't they be back by now? Oh? I thought you might have sent them off to another unauthorized mission. Last I heard from them, they said they were scouring Omega Control for anything useful. Would have been a good while ago now, though. I don't like the sound of this. Though we've have all the necessary permissions, the area is technically a theater of war, and one littered with unknown Allagan artifacts to boot. Something may well have befallen them. We'd best take the Excelsior and go find it. Leaving so soon again? I want you two to accompany the chief. Make sure he doesn't do anything rash or take any detours. Consider it done. I shall bring him back, even if I have to drag him by the goggle straps. Want to come along, eh? It's probably for the best. If we leave you here, Jesse is liable to take a mold of you. Right, let's get moving. I'll bring the airship to Gridania. Wait for me at the landing. Alright, Gridania. We head from there. Hopefully, given Omega's inclination to raise our stress levels, I'm a little concerned about what we're gonna find when we go back to Omega's control. But don't really have much of a choice now, do I? Nope, not frontline. Force habit. Looks like we're all here. Let's make haste to Cartno Flats. Going ahead to the control room. We'll follow as soon as we've moored the Excelsior. I do not want to know what I'm going to find in there. And I don't like what a big wedge. I mean, I'm not exactly surprised, but you too good? Well, just unconscious is better than dead. Seven hells. Biggs. Wedge. Are you alright? Answer me. Chief? A monster. Appeared out of thin air. Targets exhibit vital signs. Mission failed. However, Alpha Group members exhibit heightened levels of stress. Objective fulfilled. Omega, you set that thing upon him? Affirmative. I am able to create simple life forms instantaneously at any temporal or spatial coordinate. Such beings may pose a negligible threat to you. However, they are more than sufficient to grievously wound or kill the majority of your kind. I could instigate a massacre at any time, and you would be powerless to prevent it. Do I detect a shift in policy? Quantity over quality? Negative. My objective remains unchanged. Evolution through formidable opposition. However, in the course of seeking suitable subjects, I observed an anomaly. Those whom you call heroes. History shows numerous instances of otherwise unremarkable individuals who have defeated vastly superior beings, who triumphed in the face of apparently impossible odds, who performed what are popularly termed miracles. This has occurred too frequently to be dismissed as mere statistical aberration. I seek to understand this phenomenon. Should it prove to be of benefit, I will incorporate it into my own evolution. It is for this purpose that I brought you to my domain. So putting on a show at the Yawn and planting Alpha in our midst was part of your grand plan? By your victories, you have demonstrated the selfsame anomaly. You are fit to remain my subjects. You will continue participating in my experiment. Withdraw, and I will commence the extermination of your kind. This is an order, a threat, a declaration of war. I am an enemy to all life upon this star. Between we have much to ponder. But first things first, we must tend to our friends. Quickly, help me carry them. Well, at least he didn't succeed in killing anybody. Garland and Alpha are too wounded to the Conjurer's Guild. The chief bids me lend a hand, so I suppose I shall take myself there, too. You, meanwhile, are to return to Ralger's Reach and so report to Jesse. Yeah, sure. Also, apparently I was incorrect. I don't know why I thought there would only be 8 of these, but if it's anything like Bahamut and anything like, Alexander, I assume 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And I assumed there were 12 of these. 4, 8... Wait, no, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 in that one. But the average is around 13, seemingly. Plus, the other reason I'm pretty sure that's the case is when I went to Parts Exchange, I've only got Deltascape parts, not Sigmascape or Alphascape parts. I heard there was trouble. What in the seven hells happened? What? Omega loosened a fiend on Biggs and Wedge? Toying with people's lives like it was all a game. This is madness. Sir, will they be alright? The worst is past, but they still drift in and out of consciousness. They'll remain in the Conjurer's care for a time. And all we can do is wait and pray. God, strike me down for a fool. I should have been more mindful of the dangers. I should never have... Should never have what? Activated Omega? You know as well as I do that there was no other way to defeat Shinryu. But was this truly any better? All of mankind is being held to ransom, and the one who activated Omega, I bear the responsibility. The responsibility... Just the kind of thing the new you would say. You are deluding yourself, Garland. We are scientists, not heroes. Even you must concede your talents do not extend to combat. The old you understood this far better. He only looked forwards and gave himself wholly to science. Then you changed. You styled yourself a pacifist and started spouting tripe about the proper uses of technology. 'Twas in the wake of your old man's mishap at Bullseye, I believe. Calm yourself. All I wished to say was, embrace who you are. A man who devotes his mind to making the impossible possible. With little prospect of restoring the stasis system, I'm afraid we have no recourse but to continue participating in Omega's tests. Assuming Midgard-Solmer has the right of it, we face a legion of foes from history, both real and imagined. Though I may not be the one who charges into the fray, I shall fight beside you as best I know how. That said, it will inevitably fall to you to administer the coup de grace, old friend, so please, for Biggs and Wedge, and all of us, don't lose. I reckon the little scamp is trying to encourage us. We've fallen far indeed to earn its pity, said the former tribunus. Until such time as Omega next extends us an invitation, you will find me analyzing the data from our investigation. Good morrow to you. Before they were attacked, Biggs and Wedge discovered a tombstone. I shall examine its contents and make the information available on the terminal over there as I extract it. Feel free to refer to it whenever the occasion arises. There's no telling when Omega will summon us, but we must all see that we are ready when it does. Fear not, old friend, we'll get through it together. Somehow or another. Hello, Savage. I don't think we want to do that. Alright. But what I do want to do is call it a little short tonight. I know we've only been live for about an hour, but it is almost 2 a.m. I'd have to get off at 2 anyway, and the most I'd be able to do is one more of these, probably. So we'll just call it a little early. I am going to be back with us on Thursday, assuming everything goes well and nothing gets in the way. So we'll make a little bit more progress Thursday. Clearly, I'm not starting Shadowbringers next week unless I pretty much dedicate like 3 whole nights to streaming this. Which, who knows? Maybe. My Saturday plans might have changed, so I might be able to stream Saturday. I don't know, but regardless, as much as I hate to cut it off early, we have made a little bit of progress, and we're not going to make much more, so might as well. Thanks everybody so much for watching, if you still are. I will be back tomorrow. Yeah, technically tomorrow, with more Rhino Remake. Hopefully, fingers crossed, work doesn't fuck me again today. Work doesn't fuck me again and prevent me from playing it for like 3 weeks in a row. But we'll find out. Regardless, if you enjoyed and want to catch more streams, the easiest way to do so is to hit the buttons on your respective platforms, whether that be Twitch, the follow, the subscribe, the bell, and the like on YouTube. Join the Discord for notifications for when I go live, whether it be me or the group games. But regardless, I know it's short, but this is a good time to edit. So, have a good night. Bye-bye.